Hello and welcome to Hagerstown, Maryland. George Marinos here live for Game 1 of the South Penn League Championship Series and what could be the final broadcast of the South Penn League baseball season. Our 26th broadcast of the year features the Hagerstown Braves and the Cashtown Pirates. Hagerstown taking the field now. They need just one win to wrap up the 2020 South Penn League Championship. They are the regular season champions here this year with a record of 15-3 during the regular season. 3-0 on the postseason for these Hagerstown Braves. But it's the visiting Cashtown Pirates who need to win both of these games, one here today, and then the return trip tomorrow to win the championship. It would be a fourth straight championship for Cashtown, something that hasn't been done in the league since Brushtown did it from 2005 to 2008. Hagerstown in their first year joining the league from the West Shore League. They've made some real waves this year, a team with some excellent pitching, good fielding, and a pretty good offense as well. They're ready to go here, and we'll take a look at the pitcher for the Hagerstown Braves. That's Matt Ridnour, as he's on the hill here. Ridnour on the season is listed as having 2 appearances, both out of the bullpen, 4 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and no strikeouts for a 175 earned run average. We'll take a look at Hagerstown's defense here now. Third base is Tim Hobson. Dalton Shank, the shortstop for Hagerstown. And at second base, once again, Justin Lewis. First baseman, Ryan Fisher. The outfield from right to left here for Hagerstown, Tyler Elbin, the mainstay, steady veteran here in right field. Connor Stevens gets the start in center tonight. And over in left is Jarrett Biesecker. Behind the plate for the Hagerstown Braves, Nick Jacoby. And he'll be catching Ridnour, who will face this Cashtown lineup. Leading off for the Pirates, Mike Temple, the left fielder. DJ Cole, the third baseman, batting second. Zach Ketterman, the shortstop, batting third. Robert Rohrball, the right fielder, batting cleanup. Tyler Reinert plays first base and hits fifth. Chris Shackle, the designated hitter, in sixth. Chase King, the center fielder, batting seventh. Simeon Davis, the second baseman, batting eighth. And J.C. Collins, the catcher, rounding out the order in his customary number 9 spot. So we're about ready to go here as the third base coach for Cashtown, Matt Rubbert, out to his position. And it's Mike Temple into the box. He's 4 for 8 this postseason. The Pirates with an offensive explosion yesterday, putting up 14 over the New Oxford Twins and a 14-2 victory to earn their place in this game. Here's the pitch from Ridnour, and it misses down low, ball 1. For Cashtown, they won their first 2 playoff games against Hanover and Littlestown. Then they lost against Hagerstown here, as that pitch is fouled off, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. The Cashtown lost to Hagerstown here 6-0 on Tuesday night, which clinched Hagerstown's home field advantage for this South Penn Championship Series. Cashtown fought off elimination yesterday with a 14-2 win over New Oxford. They wrapped out 12 hits in that game. All the offense came through the first 3 innings. 2 balls and 1 strike now to count to Temple, and this one misses low, 3-1 to the Cashtown second baseman. Temple still without an RBI on the postseason for the Pirates, but hitting out of the leadoff spot, not as many opportunities to do that. This one's a strike, and the count now 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's full. And Cashtown will have to win this game to earn the right to play here again tomorrow. That one is a breaking ball that pops out of the hand high. Ball 4, and it's a good start for Cashtown as Mike Temple will trot down to the first base bag with another walk. He had 2 hits and 3 plate appearances yesterday for Cashtown. A double to lead off the game and a single. Scored a couple of runs for the Pirates. DJ Cole stands in now, and he's 3 for 9 on the postseason. Drove in his first 2 runs of the playoffs yesterday. Squaring to bunt is Cole, and he pulls it back for ball 1. During the third inning yesterday, Cole intentionally bunted into an out, back to the mound to keep the game moving along with Cashtown already up 12 and the darkness settling in to make sure they got the game in officially. Cole shortening up the bunt again and takes a strike. The count now 1 ball and 1 strike. I'd like to give a shout out to Darrell Blue, Michael Schultz Jr., Ryan Wazotsky, and Seth Hewitt tuning in here with us on the broadcast. Cole squaring to bunt, he jabs at it, bunting through it, and the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Cashtown third baseman. Mike Temple at first with his leadoff walk. Took 6 pitches, ground out that at bat pretty hard. Now cool with a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 10th pitch of the inning coming for Ridnour. Swing and a miss from Cool, and he's the first strikeout victim here for Ridnour in this ball game. 1 out now here for Hagerstown. Ridnour listed on the stat sheet on Game Changer as having just 2 appearances, 4 innings this year, and no saves and no strikeouts, but I feel like he got a save against Biglerville earlier this year. Zach Ketterman stands in at the plate now, and he takes a knee-high strike. Ketterman got his first hit of the postseason yesterday. He's now 1 for 12 with a run batted in. This one is lined back up the middle. That's going to be into left field for a base hit. And Cashtown has 2 on here now with 1 out. Moving up to second is Temple. And the Pirates looking to pounce on Hagerstown as quickly as Hagerstown pounced on them 2 nights ago. Robert Rohrball stands in there now, 4 for 10 on the postseason. He had an RBI base hit yesterday. He's tied for the Cashtown team lead with 5 runs batted in these 4 games. Breaking ball over at the belt for a strike. Former minor league ball player is Robert Rohrball. And he's got a good RBI opportunity here to give Cashtown the lead and take the lead in the team RBI race for the playoffs. Another strike. That one carves up the knees. No balls and 2 strikes now to Robert Rohrball, as you see Chris Boone, the first base coach here for Cashtown. Rohrball out in front of that one with the body, but holds the hands in the bat back, and that's all you can do right there. The count now 1 ball and 2 strikes, and he gains a modicum of count leverage back. I'd like to give a shout out to George Bell as well. Yes, apologize. Sometimes so many people are tuning in, I don't get a notification for every person that does tune in. As it's a swing and a miss by Rohrball for strike 3, 2 down here now. I try to get to as many names as I can. For the viewers, we like to include you guys in the broadcast as much as possible. So I do apologize if I don't mention your name. It's not personal, it just means I didn't see the update come through. So 2 outs now, and Tyler Reinert, who had a whale of a ball game yesterday, is at the plate. 6 for 13 on the postseason. He's quite possibly been Cashtown's most valuable hitter during the playoffs, and it's strike 1, thigh high. Reinert drove in 5 runs yesterday, a bases clearing double and a 2-run single in the ball game. He also pitched 3 innings for the win on the mound. Foul tipped at the plate, and the count no balls and 2 strikes, as Ridnour is pumping strikes here early on for Hagerstown. This right-hander that's got a funky, hitchy delivery and comes right from over the top can be a problem for opposing batters. 2 on, 2 out. Ketterman the lead from second. Temple the lead from first. The kick in the throw to Reinert, and he stoops down low to get a good look at that one. It misses wide, 1 ball and 2 strikes, but he certainly got a good look at that offering from Ridnour. Thanks, George. I appreciate the kind words in the comment section. I appreciate it. Reinert swings and misses, and Ridnour strikes out the side here in the first inning. Cashtown puts a little bit of a rally together, but no runs. 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left. After a half inning, it's Cashtown 0, Hagerstown coming to bat in the South Penn Championship Series. Austin Kunkel back from vacation. He's back on the mound here for Cashtown as we start the bottom of the first inning here. He started the playoff opener for the Pirates against Hanover a week ago on Wednesday. Actually, that was a Thursday game, pardon me. Kunkel pitched 7 innings in that game, gave up just 1 earned run on 4 hits, 4 strikeouts and no walks as he got the win over the Raiders and sent Hanover into the losers bracket, something they never recovered from. Taking a look now at the Cashtown defense lining up behind the flame-throwing young right-hander. It's DJ Cool at third base for the Pirates. The shortstop, Zach Ketterman. At second base, Simeon Davis. The first baseman is Tyler Reinert. Pitched a heck of a ball game yesterday. In the outfield, it's Robert Rohrball in right. The center fielder, Chase King. And over in left field, playing his third different position of the postseason, is Mike Temple, as he's played second base, first base, and now left field, here at the most important time of the year for the Cashtown Pirates. I'd like to give a shout out to Danielle Des Moines, Dustin Node, tuning in here with us on the broadcast. And we appreciate all the viewership from everybody that's tuning in all year long. As we said in the open, this is our 26th broadcast of the year. If Cashtown wins today, we'll have a 27th tomorrow. If Hagerstown wins today, 26 will be the final number of our South Penn League broadcasts this year. Appreciate the opportunity working with the league and Commissioner Parker DeLaRue and Deputy Commissioner Scott Meckley and the managers from all the teams, as well as Tom Sixes and Josh Martin, the newspaper guys from the Gettysburg Times. Here's the first pitch of the game from Kunkel to Justin Lewis, and it's over just above the knees for a strike. No balls and one strike. To Lewis, who was a problem for Cashtown at the top of the order on Tuesday. Takes that one low, ball one. Lewis was on each of his first 3 times in that ball game and scored a couple of runs, as Hagerstown put up 4 in the first and 2 in the second to take a 6-0 lead in that ball game, and they won that one 6-0. The 1-1 pitch is up high, and Justin Lewis having to duck his head back out of the way to avoid getting hit by that one. It tips off the glove of Collins back to the backstop, and the count now 2 balls and 1 strike. As the throw to the mound got away, Kunkel now climbing back up to the mound. Leadoff batter in for Hagerstown here in the bottom of the first. That one misses too, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. The Cashtown middle infield thought that one was good enough for a strike, but apparently it just missed. Lewis is going to spank this one foul behind home plate, and the count now full 3 balls and 2 strikes to Lewis. Ryan Fisher on deck. Ryan Fisher in the last game for Hagerstown, which was Tuesday against Cashtown, had a leadoff double and then singled his second time up. And that one inside, and I think it caught Lewis. Not sure if he was wearing an elbow guard or something there. That had a pretty plasticky sound to it, and I thought it may have hit the bat at first, but it ends up hitting Lewis. He'll head down to first base as the first base run of the game for Hagerstown, and they try to jump out to an early lead here again. The key to success for Hagerstown this season has been scoring early runs and scoring them in bunches. Ryan Fisher stands in there, the first baseman. We'll take a look at the rest of the Hagerstown order when we get a moment here. Kunkel from the stretch, this one line to the gap in left center. That may roll all the way to the wall. It will roll all the way to the wall. Lewis racing around third. He should be able to score easily. He's in there up to third base with a throw is Fisher, and he slides in safely, a triple for the Hagerstown Braves first baseman, and he drives in the first run of the game. Hagerstown up 1-0 here now, and it's looking a little like deja vu for the Braves as their offense swinging right out of the gate. So the leadoff walk comes home to roost. That's a triple for Fisher, who had a pair of those during the regular season. Actually, only had 1. Dalton Shank now to the plate. He's the shortstop for Hagerstown, and this one fades just a bit outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Kunkel now with the runner to deal with at third base. Fisher with nobody out. That one misses inside, and the count 2 balls and no strikes. A walk here would set up a double play, but you know, for Kunkel and Cashtown, they want to keep as much traffic off the bases as they can here early on. You don't want the runner from third to score, but you'll live with it if no more after that. This one's hit hard, left center field. That one's going to get down over the head of Chase King, up against the wall here, and in to score is Fisher, up to second. Standing is Dalton Shank, and it's 2-0 Hagerstown here now. And boy, you can tell they really want this championship, and they want to get it done today. So 2-0, and it's the same 3 spots at the top of the order doing similar things that they did on Tuesday night. Back-to-back extra base hits for the Braves. Jarrett Biesecker stands in now, the left fielder. Had him out on his front foot, did Kunkel, but it misses just low. 1 ball and no strikes. Hagerstown 2, Cashtown nothing here in the bottom of the first. Had Biesecker out in front again, but he holds back and takes that one. Must have been outside. We can see up and down in the strike zone here, but not in and out. So we'll trust the guys actually paid to make these calls. 2-0 now the count, and Kunkel's going to step off and rethink things. As Shank is out at second base. Kunkel to the belt. Here's the pitch. This one hit on the ground, deflects off the pitcher, and that's going to be an infield single. Has no play for either Cole or Ketterman on the left side of the diamond, and a little bit of bad luck there for Kunkel. Ball was hit with some decent velocity, but bounces off the pitcher and deflects. Makes you wonder if Davis would have had a chance on that up the middle. No chance for Kunkel to get out of the way, and there are 2 on now, with still nobody out for the Braves. So, single, double, triple for Hagerstown, and a walk. Swing and a miss from Tim Hobson as something off speed has him swinging like a tree in the breeze. No balls and 1 strike here now. As the constant battle to fight the position of the first base coach has begun here in the first inning. Do apologize if we lose out on some camera angles here early on. Chopped in the dirt at the plate, and that one is foul. No balls and 2 strikes now as Kunkel searches for the first out of the inning. Now we've got a lot of people tuning in from back in the Adams County, Hanover area, especially the Cashtown, Gettysburg area. We appreciate your viewership. Don't have any good news to report right now to you for the hometown Cashtown Pirates as they trail 2-0. That one almost hit Hobson, and all he had to do was lean a centimeter in, and he would be trotting down to first to load the bases. Easy for me to say. I'm sitting over here in the press box with no fear of harm from any 90-plus mile-an-hour pitched baseballs. Pitch from Kunkel, swing and a miss, and he gets him swinging. First strikeout of the game for Kunkel, went with the off-speed pitch. He does throw above 90 miles an hour. Just moved to the Cashtown area this year, playing for the Pirates for the first time this year. And they've put him to good use, mostly out of the bullpen. But it's been a war of attrition this year going through the elimination bracket in the postseason, as Cashtown has, and being tight on pitching, they could do a lot worse than Kunkel. Kunkel, fantastic arm. Tyler Elbin to the dish, and he takes that one for a strike. 1 out, 2 on. Jarrett Biesecker at first. Over at second is Dalton Shank. Kunkel the kick and the delivery, and that one fouled off by Elbin. As apparently on Tuesday, it was the off-speed stuff from Anthony Lippi that was getting hit pretty hard, not his fastball. Today, Kunkel getting the best results with his off-speed stuff here against the Hagerstown batters today. Elbin going to scoop that one foul, and now 2 strikes on the 35-year-old right fielder for the Hagerstown Braves. He'll been a big part of that 4-run first inning rally on Tuesday for the Braves, as he had a 2-run single to double the lead. And that proved to be all the insurance the Braves needed. 2 on, 1 out, 2 in. Kunkel the pitch, that one's off. Collins into the backstop. No advance from either runner, as Biesecker is going to stay put, and Dalton Shank, the shortstop for Hagerstown, will stay put at second base as well. 1-2 now to Tyler Elbin, and Hagerstown really does have a good thing going. They're able to go right, left, alternating throughout most of their lineup. Pitch from Kunkel, that one misses high, and the count even now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Most South Penn League teams are lucky just to have 1 or 2 left-handed batters in their lineup. Hagerstown's got 4 or 5, depending on the day. Pitch from Kunkel. This one is popped to center. That's going to get down in front of Chase King. Hagerstown going to play it station to station. They're known for doing that. And that will load the bases here with just 1 out. 2 in already for Hagerstown. Bottom first, and it's been a bit of a rough start here for Kunkel, who really mowed down Hanover in a complete game effort last week. I'd like to give a shout out to League Deputy Commissioner Scott Meckley tuning in here on the broadcast. Chin high fastball, no balls and 1 strike now, or 1 ball and no strikes, excuse me, to Cameron Cutchy, the designated hitter for Cashtown. And you're looking for double play or strikeout here if you're Cashtown, and Cutchy does have a lot of strikeout in his game. Takes that one at the knees, right at the very lowest reaches of the strike zone, and the count now 1 ball and 1 strike. 4 hits for Hagerstown here in the early going. Cashtown has just 1. Kunkel with the pitch. This one popped up, and it might land directly on my head. It will not. You see the shadow of that one going by, and it lands in foul territory here. I would turn around and show you, but I don't want to mess up my back further than it already is from cutting firewood and moving some trees around on the family farm today. So they're in at the corners for Cashtown. Playing back in the middle for the double play. That one misses Cutchy low. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Long time for Matt Ridnour to sit in the dugout here for Hagerstown. That one bounces in the dirt. Collins with a good block to save a run for the time being, but the count now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, Scott, that's what I'm told, that Kunkel throws 90 or above from several other managers around the league that have faced him. And, of course, the hometown manager, Ketterman, or it wasn't Ketterman, it was somebody from Cashtown, confirmed that for me. Swing and a miss as he blows this one past Cutchy, and there is the strikeout for the 2nd out. Hey, I can only go by what these guys, the managers, the players, tell me, because we don't actually have radar guns here. Well, in the field, I do my best to see visually how fast pitches are, but it's a whole lot different if you're not standing in the box and facing it, and I know I'm not, so. To the plate, Nick Jacoby, the catcher. Takes one low in the dirt, 1 ball and no strikes as he tries to pick up the pieces here for Hagerstown. They've got 2, but it certainly feels like a win for Cashtown if Hagerstown leaves the bases loaded here. Kicking the pitch, and that one's hit on the ground. That's going to be Ketterman fielding that on the backhand and knocking it down, and no play. It would have been a tough play either way. Borderline between a hit and an error. Some managers would call that an error, some would call it a hit. Unofficially in the booth, we're giving Jacoby a single and an RBI. As usually the shortstop able to field a ball hit like that, but no idea whether he actually would have been able to throw off balance and get him out. So Shank in to score, and it's 3-0 Hagerstown. That one almost unbuttons the shirt of Connor Stevens. He's shaking his head as he didn't like the first pitch strike call on the inside corner there. Here's the kick and the delivery. This one hit on the ground to third. Ketterman will field more routinely and throw to second for Davis to cover. That's the end of the inning. 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors. And the bases left loaded for Hagerstown, but they've got a nice little cushion here early on in the ballgame. 3-0 Braves after 1 here in the South Penn Championship Series. So as we come back to the ballpark here, in all fairness for the everyone involved, my source for the Kunkel throwing above 90 miles an hour, I heard that from Travis Byers, the Biglerville manager. So just truth be told, that's the first place I heard that, and then I did hear that from someone else, and I can't remember who it was, to be honest. So if you guys are saying he's not throwing 90 and above, then my apologies. But either way, he's had a pretty impressive season for Cashtown. On the year for Kunkel, during the regular season, he went 5 appearances, 2 starts for the Cashtown Hurler, 12 1/3 innings pitched, and he was 3-0 on the year. Struck a bunch of guys out. So would be cool to get radar guns out here so we can see how hard people are actually throwing, because usually people, usually players are going to embellish how hard they throw. Guys on their team, managers might do that a little bit as well. When you're hearing it from an opponent, you usually take a little more salt, a little bit less of a grain of salt when talking about that. So anyway, at the end of 1 inning, it is Hagerstown 2, Cashtown nothing. As we come back here for the top of the second, it's 6, 7, and 8 in the order for Cashtown, and not sure how hard Ridenour throws for the Braves, but he's had Cashtown's hitters looking silly all game so far. Chris Shackle fouling this one off on the first pitch, no balls and 1 strike. Shackle 4 for 10, 3 runs batted in. He hit a double halfway up the right center field wall yesterday against the Twins to drive in his 2nd and 3rd runs of the postseason. That came in the 3rd inning. Shackle with a swing and a foul tip, and Jacoby got that one in a spot that he didn't want to, as he'll hop and skip away from the home plate area, and the umpire will walk the ball out to the pitcher. A little professional courtesy here, as Jacoby adjusting himself and trying to gather his breath here as he gets ready to head back behind the plate. Somewhere Mitch Haniger of the Seattle Mariners is grimacing in pain. Baltimore Orioles game going on right now. They're playing the Philadelphia Phillies, and I can hear the broadcast. Somebody's got it pulled up here somewhere. Not sure what the score is right now, but those two local area teams, always a good, fun game when the Phillies and Orioles get together. Major League debut of Phillies third base prospect Alec Baum tonight. He's batting 6th in the lineup for the Phillies. Ridenour with the kick and the throw. Shackle's going to put this one in the air. First baseman Fisher calling it, and he'll haul it in with one hand next to his left shoulder. And that's the first out here in the top of the second. Cashtown this year, in their 3 games against Hagerstown, 2 regular season games and 1 playoff game, have scored a total of 6 runs. Chase King standing in. That one bounces in the dirt, and King takes the ball for 1 ball and no strikes. King 2 for 7 on the postseason. He had a hit yesterday and a run batted in. He's also got a sacrifice bunt this year during the playoffs. That came in the 2nd game against Littlestown. Strike at the knees, 1 ball and 1 strike, and Doesn't appear that Ridenour throws all that incredibly hard, but whatever he's doing, it's deceptive. It's been effective. That one just misses low, and you see the reaction from King there is, you know, he looked a little bit fooled out front and eventually realizes it's not a strike and takes it. Swing and a miss in the count, even now 2 balls and 2 strikes from this right-hander for Hagerstown, Matt Ridenour, who's not listed with a save in the stat sheet, but I'm pretty sure he had one against Biglerville this year. That's a breaking ball that pops out of his hand and goes clavicle high. The count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. I'd like to give a shout out to Zach Chapman, Jason Strine tuning in here with us. Here's the kick and the pitch. That one is going to be hit to right center. That's down. It's past the center fielder, Stevenson, rolling all the way to the wall. This could be a triple situation for King. He's hustling. He digs for third. Here he goes. Throw coming in. King slides in well, safe. And it's a 1-out triple here for the Cashtown Pirates, as King drove that one in the gap. Connor Stevens playing somewhat shallow. That kicks all the way past him and off the wall, and with King's speed, he's going to be able to get to third easily. Second hit of the game for the Pirates, and they've got a man at third with less than 2 outs as they try to score a run here. Simeon Davis takes a pitch low for a strike, lower than one of the balls to King in his at-bat. Davis 1 for 8 on the postseason, drew a walk. And that one out of the chute, that was like when Norm Charlton blew his arm out for the Cincinnati Reds, as that pitch didn't have a chance of being a strike, and the count now 1 ball and 1 strike. Check swing, and that ball goes outside. 2-1 now to Davis, the second baseman for Cashtown. Trying to bring home Chase King with the first run of the game for the Pirates here in the top of the second. Swing and a miss. Evens it up at now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Strange to not have a league out-of-town scoreboard to check here on the Game Changer app, but we're the only game in town here with the championship series. Misses chin high, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The count is now full. King will not be in motion from third. I would bet my house on it. Now watch, he's going to steal home. Cashtown has 2 steals of home this year. Swing and a miss, and Davis sat down on strikes. That's the second out of the inning. And Ridenour with his 4th punch out here. And he'll face the number 9, or the number 9 hitter in the order, J.C. Collins. Collins is 1 for 9 on the postseason, handling the catching duties and doing very well behind the plate. Misses down low, 1 ball and no strikes. Mike Temple on deck for the Pirates, as you see him there in the on-deck circle. He walked his first time up. That's the top of the order. Collins is going to line this one. Pitcher's going to knock it down and run it over to the bag. He'll flip it to Fisher for the out. Unfortunate bit of luck for the Pirates there as Collins hit that one right on the screws, but right back at the torso of the pitcher. 1-3 on the putout. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left. Hagerstown 3, Cashtown nothing through 1.5 here in the South Penn Championship Series. So as we come back to the ballpark here, I'd like to give a shout out to my buddy Zach Chapman tuning in here. I apologize, you asked me to tag you in the broadcast. I forgot. My fault. Glad you found us here anyway. We were in such a hurry to get the broadcast on air here as the teams were running on the field that I forgot all about that. And I remembered like immediately, like the second after the broadcast started. So I was thinking of you. but glad that you're here now. So, for Hagerstown, it'll be the top of the order, Justin Lewis, to lead things off. For the Braves, Lewis takes a hit by pitch on that shoulder guard again, leaned the shoulder into it just like the first time he was hit by a pitch. Each of the first 2 times now here to begin the ball game, and sometimes getting hit by a pitch is luck. When a guy gets hit by a pitch each of his first 2 times up at the plate and he doesn't play for the Houston Astros, there's some skill involved. So Lewis came around to score his first time. We'll see how long he stays moored at first base. Taking a good secondary lead here, and the pitch down low in the dirt to Ryan Fisher as a sweat bee has landed on my knee and was biting me pretty badly, man. That was itchy. Whew. Had the problems with the sweat bees here the other night. You can throw that one, misses inside. 2 balls and no strikes now here to Ryan Fisher. Fisher tripled, drove in a run, and scored his first time up. Hagerstown looking to add to their 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. Fisher lofts this one. It is a pop-up. Second baseman Davis ranging out into short right field. He corrals it. 1 down. Initial out here of the inning, and the Pirates have retired Ryan Fisher for the first time. And Dalton Shank stands in now. He doubled, driving in a run his first time up, and also came around to score the 3rd Cashtown run of the ball game. 3rd Hagerstown run of the ball game, excuse me. Lewis from first. Here's the pitch. This one may not reach all the way to King. It's going to bounce in front of him, and it's going to be a single for Dalton Shank. 2 hits now for him. Halfway to the cycle, he's got the 2 easiest parts of it. The way this offense is swinging it right now, he may get another 2 at-bats to try and go for the cycle. Ryan Fisher, the guy batting in front of him in the order, has the triple that he so desperately needs for that achievement. Beesicker chopping this one foul down the first base line. That one's going to be scooped up over there by Brooks Keller, the first base coach for Hagerstown. Left-handed hitter up here, so Keller going to stand a little bit out of the way and right in our shot here. That one's a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike here now, too. Jared Beesicker. 2 runners on, just 1 out. 2 balls and 1 strike now. I've figured out the pattern here for Keller, and he's going to stand right in that spot here when a left-handed hitter is up, and we're trying to do what we can to figure it out. To shoot around it, he's literally right where the batter is. Shank the lead from first. Lewis the lead from second. Kunkel the pitch. Ball down low. The count 3 balls and 1 strike, and the catbird's perch now is Beesicker, as he'll pick a little box in the strike zone, swing if it's there, take if it's not. At least in best case scenarios for him. We'll see if Lewis getting a little antsy over there at second. Kunkel's going to step off and throw back, fake throw back to the bag. I was going to say, we'll see if Lewis gets a little frisky on the bases here, and he's looking like he wants to. This one is lasered down the left field line. Well, late was Beesicker, but got the barrel to that one. Count now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes, and I have to imagine Hagerstown will put the runners in motion here, even with just 1 out. They love to steal bases. Here they go. Nope, they head back. This pitch is hit on the ground up the middle. Temple to Ketterman. Throw back to first is not made. And the Pirates get the force out on the middle runner. That's Shank. 4-6 on the putout as there's the Keystone combo turning that one in. 2 away and runners on the corners now for Hagerstown. Lewis moves up to third. He's 90 feet away. Kunkel's job to get the batter here, so Lewis can't come in and score his second run of the contest. Tim Hobson up. Kunkel's going to step off as Reiner sneaks in behind the runner here. He was playing off the bag. But if he plays off the bag, Biesecker's going to take second walking. He's on the bag now. Pitch from Kunkel, up and in around the front shoulder of Hobson for ball one. Hobson struck out his first time up. It was the first out of the ball game for the Braves. Kicking the delivery, that one misses low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Honestly, I'm kind of shocked that Biesecker hasn't gone anywhere over there at first base. So Kunkel checking Biesecker here on the 1-1 pitch. Still not going. This one is topped on the ground foul, and a nice one-handed grab by Bryant Shives, the third base coach right now for Hagerstown. He was the winning pitcher in the season-closing regular season game for the Hagerstown Braves as they clinched the South Penn League Championship at Biglerville, the regular season championship. Pitch to Hobson, and that's a broken bat, foul down the third base line, and he tosses away the lumber disgustedly as he'll have to get a new one. Those bats aren't cheap, depending on which brand, which model. It's a couple $100 right there. So he'll go into the tool bag and pull out another hammer to do some work here with. 2 outs, 2 strikes to the batter, Tim Hobson. Biesecker at first, Lewis at third. 3-0 Hagerstown, and leading Cashtown here in the bottom of the second. That one misses down low, and the count now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and Biesecker will definitely be off with this pitch here now, with 2 down here in the bottom of the second. Lewis, since it's not a forced play with him, will still have to hold and see if this ball's put in play. If it is, he'll come dashing for the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Biesecker goes. The pitch, breaking ball, locks him up. Strike 3, Kunkel with his third punch out of the game. He gets the job done here for Cashtown in the bottom of the second. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 men left at the end of 2. It's Hagerstown 3, Cashtown nothing here in the South Penn Championship Series. So back inside the ballpark here at Hagerstown, and I think a lot of the media, a lot of the people who cover South Penn games regularly, a lot of the so-called experts expected this to be the championship series this year. At least a week into the season, I was hearing predictions from people that it was going to be Hagerstown and Cashtown in the finals. Hanover-Cashtown would have been the popular prediction before the year started, since they met in each of the last 3 championship series, but Hanover's team decimated by some departures, and they struggled a bit this year, got the 7th seed, and were knocked out 2 barbecue in the South Penn League playoffs for the Hanover Raiders. Biglerville Black Sox, Littlestown Dodgers, New Oxford Twins, Shippensburg Stars all put on a good show this year, putting up some competition to try and get here into the finals. The Gettysburg Grays even reached the final 6 as they knocked off a couple of teams in the playoff bracket before the New Oxford Twins ended their season. Cashtown, with the 14 runs they scored yesterday against New Oxford to get here, and that was more runs than they had scored in each of their first 3 playoff games combined. Hasn't carried over here today for the Pirates. Mike Temple leads things off. No runs on 2 hits for Cashtown so far here in the ball game. No errors. 3 runs for Hagerstown, 6 hits and no errors for them as well, as Matt Ridnour continues on the mound here and delivers a knee-high strike to Mike Temple to start things off. 0-1. That one bounces in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Cashtown's leadoff batter, leading off the top of the 3rd. The Pirates want to get some guys on here and start scratching some runs out, or it's going to get late here early. Clavicle high pitch is outside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Temple. Temple walked his first time up. He's hitting .500 on the postseason. Checked his swing. Looked like he was all tied up in knots on that one, but decides the best thing to do there was take, and it was a good choice as that one misses down low. 3-1. If Temple reaches, which he does on ball 4, we'll probably see the return of Chris Boone here to the first base coach's box. As here he comes, jogging out of the dugout. Anything you can do for the team when you're down there in uniform and not in the starting lineup, and that's what Boonie's doing here today. DJ Cool standing at the plate now. And Cool knuckles this one to Lewis. Lewis pitch to the bag. Throw to first by Hobson. 4, 6, 3 on the double play, and Hagerstown turns it. Smooth like butter. And 2 down here now on the top of the 3rd. Well, couldn't get a more routine ground ball hit right at you, but Lewis fielded it excellently, and then nice slick play to take that to the second base bag with the underhand toss. Backhand toss. Ketterman scoring to bunt, and that pitch goes behind his head. That's got to be unnerving. Got to be absolutely unnerving as a batter. I know I've had guys throw behind me before when I was playing Little League, but never be on my head. So that one misses high. 2 balls and no strikes. So Ridnour looking to get the final out here in the top of the 3rd inning, looking for a 3-up, 3-down frame for the first time. Misses in the dirt. 3-0, and his control right now the enemy of that first 3-up, 3-down inning. Kicking the delivery from Ridnour, and that one must have missed high and outside, as it's a 4-pitch walk to Zach Ketterman's 2nd walk of the game for the Pirates. They've had at least 1 base runner in all 3 innings so far. Haven't been able to string anything together against Ridnour, but they've got the right guys up to do something here. Swing and a miss by Rohrball. Excuse me, that's the 3rd walk of the game for Cashtown. Rohrball at the dish. He's been the meaty run producer in the middle of that order for the Pirates today. 0 for 1 with a strikeout, though. This one grounded to 3rd. It's going to be fielded off balance there and thrown on to first by Hobson. In front of the streaking Rohrball for out number 3. And the Cashtown slugger set aside. Through 2.5. Hagerstown 3, Cashtown nothing. As Hagerstown looks to close out their first South Penn League Championship. So as we come back to the ballpark here, Cashtown has no runs, 2 hits, no errors in this ball game. Hagerstown with the 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors for them as well. We'll take you through the scoring summary here right now for those of you just tuning in. It happened all in the bottom of the 1st inning here tonight. Justin Lewis was hit by a pitch on his left elbow protector to start off the ball game. Ryan Fisher tripled him home to make it 1-0. Dalton Schenk with an RBI double to follow and made it 2-0. Jared Biesecker singled to put runners on the corners. With 1 out, Tyler Elbin singled. To put runners on 1st and 2nd. With 1 out, Tyler Elbin singled to load the bases. Nick Jacoby with a 2-out infield single to make it 3-0 Hagerstown. And that's where we stand. All zeros all across the board other than that. Appreciate all of you that have been here with us for South Penn baseball all year long. Cashtown wins. We get to keep the fun going with another broadcast tomorrow. Hagerstown wins. The season's over, and the Hagerstown Braves are South Penn League champions. Digging through some files at work today and found an old Gettysburg Times newspaper that said on it, Biglerville Black Sox win 1999 South Penn League Championship. As this one is hit solidly, but King camping out under it. Can of corn for the center fielder for Cashtown, and he'll snag that one down. And Elbin retired for the first time. Cameron Cutchy to the plate. That was a key strikeout for Kunkel the last time he faced Cutchy. Cutchy 0 for 1 on the day, and he'll be looking to make amends here and trying to start a rally for Hagerstown. The kick and the toss from Kunkel. Slides into the mid of Collins at the knees for strike one. No balls and 1 strike. Kicking the delivery from Kunkel, and that one catches the outside corner. Shows him the old deuce on that one, the breaking ball. 0-2 now as Kunkel goes for the punch-out. Swing and a miss by Cutchy, and Kunkel's got him for the second time in this game. For Austin Kunkel, that's the 4th strike out of the game. Half of them have been Cameron Cutchy. Nick Jacoby, the catcher, will come up to the plate now, and he'll try to extend the inning. 1 for 1 with an RBI single for Hagerstown's dutiful catcher. Chopped off the plate and foul. Connor Stevens in the on-deck circle scoops that one up and gives it back to the pitcher, Kunkel. Again, George Marinos bringing you all the live action of South Penn playoff baseball here. We're in the championship series today. That pitch misses letter high and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jacoby. That one misses low, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. I, for some reason, wanted to give an extra ball in that count to Jacoby, but that foul ball was the first pitch. Now it's 3-1 as that one misses ankle high just above the shoe tops, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Kunkel working quickly for the Pirates, ready to go. This one is slashed to left center. That's going to get down. Racing into the gap to cut it off his Temple, and he'll gun it into the cutoff man, Ketterman, to hold Jacoby at first and keep him out of scoring position with 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd. Jacoby 2 hits in this ball game, 7 hits now for the Hagerstown Braves. And Cameron Stevens, who's 0 for 1, comes to the plate. Excuse me, Connor Stevens. Popped foul. This one's going to touch down near our location here. Not too close to it, but rolls up the hill next to that gentleman on his phone over there. Got a lot of fans here at the ballpark here today. Standing room only out in the section beyond right field. That one misses high. Kunkel trying to put away Stevens for the 3rd out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Jacoby the lead from first. Hagerstown 3, Cashtown nothing here in the bottom of the 3rd. Lifting up the arms is Stevens, and he'll take that one, and the count now 2 balls and a strike. Well, Jacoby, the catcher at first base, maybe not blessed with catcher speed. You never know here in the South Penn League. Catchers sometimes are very speedy in semi-pro ball. This one chopped on the ground. Cool. Gonna backhand it. Throw on to first. The stretch by Reinert, and he's got him. 5-3 on the putout. That'll put an end to the 3rd inning. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 man left. At the end of 3 in the South Penn Championship Series, Game 1, it's Hagerstown 3 and Cashtown nothing. Apologize for some of the shaking here of the camera here between innings. I had to get a Hall's cough drop, and once again it's the same bag from yesterday that it has the tapered edges because of the way I tore it the first time. It's almost impossible for me to get that one open without using a second hand or my teeth. I used my teeth in that situation. And it's a good time to mention our unofficial official sponsor of tonight's broadcast. That's Hall's Cough Drops. Without it, this announcer's voice wouldn't make it through 7 innings. Easy for me to say. Gosh, we've made it through 25 and a half games, let alone 7 innings. All on the strength of Hall's Cough Drops, grit, determination, and a love of baseball that I'm sure all of you tuning in here share with us as well. We're so glad we can bring you these games all season long. I'd like to give a shout out to Kirsten Orner, Chad Meckley, Tanner Byers, and Ben Zook tuning in here, as well as Jed Topper, Kerry Mott. So Ridnour will deal with 5, 6, and 7 in the Cashtown order. It's Tyler Reinert to lead things off. That one's a ball down low. Reinert struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. This one is hit hard on the ground to third. That's going to be knocked down. Throw across the diamond and out by a step is Reinert. As Tim Hobson knocked that one down, flashing the glove to his right, he's able to throw across to first for the out. And one away here now on the top of the 4th. So Reinert 0 for 2, sinking his average down to 400 for the postseason, and Chris Shackle stands in. Shackle takes a thigh-high strike. The curly-haired Gettysburg High School graduate and left fielder for the Pirates, but designated hitter today is 4 for 11 on the postseason. 0-2 the count. Matt Ridnour gone all the way so far here for Hagerstown, and he's really working at a brisk pace. Shackle checks the swing, but no matter, it's strike 3. Caught the edge at the knees. And 2 down here now for Cashtown. Ridnour just swimming along nicely on the mound right now. That is, for him, his 5th strikeout of the ball game. And he'll now deal with Chase King. It seems like just a couple minutes ago, Chase King was at the plate and blasted a triple into the gap that looked for sure like was going to set up Cashtown with an opportunity to score a run. With 1 out, King was stranded at third base as the next 2 hitters made outs. King tops this one foul down the third base line off the dugout screen. I'd like to give a shout out to Steph Schuyler tuning in here on the broadcast. One and 1 now to Chase King. That one misses down low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Boy, that was a really momentous occasion when King drilled that one into the gap and ended up at third, and you could just feel the life drain out of things on the Cashtown side when they were unable to score him from third base in that inning. He was there with 1 out. And then a strikeout and a ground out. Collins did hit the ball hard with 2 outs, but right back to the pitcher. Not putting an end to that rally. 2 balls, 2 strikes now as King takes a chest-high strike to even the count. Here's the kick and the delivery from Ridnour. King's gonna hit this one to left, ranging on his B-sicker, and he'll snag it on the run rather stylishly. 3rd out of the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We're halfway home. Here in the South Penn Championship Series, Game 1, Hagerstown 3, Cashtown nothing. Austin Kunkel on for his 4th inning of work here for Cashtown, with Anthony Lippy unavailable today in all likelihood, at least that's what he told me before the game, due to throwing 2 innings just the other day, and Josh Topper away at college, and Chase King dealing with an injury that's keeping him from being able to pitch. The Pirates tapping Kunkel on the shoulder. He was their Game 1 starter in the postseason. Aside from that first inning hiccup where he gave up 5 hits and 3 runs, he's given the Cashtown Pirates a chance to stick around here in this ball game. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for Cashtown, and 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Hagerstown Braves. Top of the order here for Hagerstown as Justin Lewis looks to swing the bat here for the first time. He's been plunked by a pitch on his wrist pad both times, his elbow pad. That one misses up and inside, bending him back from the plate. A la those old polygonal player models on EA Sports Triple Play 2000. Hit the third sharply, cool up with it, throw on to first for the out. And 2 pitches and 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th as Kunkel trying to keep the Pirates in the game. He's given up a base runner, at least 1 every inning. Worked around a 2-out single by Nick Jacoby last time up. Fisher drills this one to right field. Rohrball camping out leisurely. He'll kick out his feet on a lawn chair and grab that one for out number 2. Fisher swinging quickly here at the first pitch and 2 down. You wonder, with no lights here at the ballpark, if there's some onus from the Hagerstown dugout to try and swing early in counts, much like Cashtown had to yesterday with the sun setting. Dalton Shank standing in there, taking ball 1 from Austin Kunkel. Shank, 2 for 2, a single and a double here in the ball game. Cycle watch, folks. Hashtag cycle watch. This is down low, 2 balls and no strikes. Very difficult to hit either home runs or triples in the South Penn League, so. This is down low, 3 balls and no strikes. If he gets a double, a single, a walk, and a hit by pitch, does that count as some sort of inverse cycle? My guess is no. That's something I kind of made up on my own. That one misses high in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. Must have been a strike in there somewhere that I missed, and apologies for that. Kunkel the pitch, this one hit back to the mound. Kunkel's going to knock it down. He caught it actually on the bounce. Throws on to first to Reinert for the out. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Through 4, it's Hagerstown 3, Cashtown nothing. So as we come back to the ballpark here, we'll answer some questions that we got from the comment section here from the fans. Mark Snell asking, is Rohrball not pitching anymore? Well, Robert Rohrball hasn't pitched an inning all season. I'm not sure whether he actually has a rule where he's not pitching anymore, but he hasn't pitched this season at all. He's been strictly a hitter and a field player for the Pirates. So, hopefully that answers your question a little bit. Rohrball is here, batting in the cleanup spot for the Pirates today. 0 for 2 on this game, which has sunk his postseason batting average to .333, 4 for 12. Keep an eye on the lookout here once this series ends, which could be today, could be tomorrow, for the South Penn League Awards, which will be announced some point on the league website following. I'm not sure exactly what day that's going to take place. Maybe Scott Meckley would know a little bit better when the league awards are going to be announced and who's voting on them. The League Pitcher of the Year, the League Newcomer of the Year, the MVP, the Sportsmanship Award. Sportsmanship Award has been won by Cashtown 12 of the last 14 years. That's voted on by the umpires. Simeon Davis leads off and takes the ball down low. I'd like to give a shout out to my good buddy Alex Elliott tuning in here on the broadcast. How's it going? Glad you're here with us for a little bit of baseball. Chopped foul at the plate, and the count now 1 ball and 1 strike. So we're in the 7 o'clock hour right now, so I'm guessing the Orioles game has come to an end or is either in a rain delay. Swing and a miss from Davis, 1 ball and 2 strikes, now the count. To the Cashtown second baseman. He struck out his first time up. This one is roped back up the middle into center field for a ringing single by Davis, and that's how Cashtown starts the top of the 5th here. It is getting late here a little bit early, as Cashtown with just 9 outs left here to give in this one. But they trail by half of what they trailed by on Tuesday. They trail by 3 here. They trailed by 6 on Tuesday. Chris Boone, the first base coach, making his 5th appearance here in the ball game. And J.C. Collins standing at the plate. Collins asked me yesterday if I had a pants joke for him on the broadcast, and I told him I ran out of material. Well, so did the Pants Factory when they were making his pants, and they had to make them brown instead of gray. That one misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Collins. So Brandon March and Scott Meckley chiming in here on the broadcast and saying that the managers vote on the player awards, and that meeting will be after the playoffs are over. At whatever point Commissioner Parker D. LaRue decides to convene the meeting, whether that'll be in person, a Zoom meeting, or what have you. With all the stuff going on this year and years past, it's been an in-person meeting. Pitch to Collins outside. Davis leading away from first here. He's on as a leadoff base runner in the 5th for Cashtown. This one up high to Collins, and that's ball 4. He'll pitch away the bat, and the Pirates have a heck of a rally going here. 2 on, nobody out to start the top of the 5th. And the top of the order coming up, this is just how they drew it up in the dugout coming into this inning, as Davis ripped a ringing single. Kipe heading out to the mound now for Hagerstown, and he's going to take the ball from Ridnour. It'll be a 4+ inning performance from this righty from Hagerstown, normally a reliever for them on the year. They got to consider themselves very happy with what he put up and put forth for them today. So Ridnour coming out of the game. We'll figure out the other changes for you here. Bryant Shives looks like he's going to go in and pitch for Hagerstown. And as we said, Shives was the starting pitcher and winning pitcher in the regular season finale for Hagerstown as they closed out the South Penn regular season championship with a 6-3 win over Hanover, and Shives was the man who brought it home for them. He gave up a 3-run home run to Connor Orner in that game, and that was all he yielded through 6 innings of work. He'll take over here with 2 on and nobody out in the top of the 5th. Hagerstown leading Cashtown 3-0. Base is empty right now, but they will be full with these runners that are standing over here along the third base line and talking with third base coach Matt Rebert once play resumes. Yeah, I hear you, Mark. He says watching this makes him want to play again, and then, well, not really. Yeah, watching this, I mean, I do get the itch to kind of play again when I'm watching this, but then I realize that I never played any levels above Babe Ruth League, and that I would get absolutely carved up by any pitching in this league, so I think we should have a poll in the comments section. Could George get a hit off of any pitchers in the South Penn League? And my guess to that answer is no. But so Bryant Shives taking over here. He'll face the top of the order, Mike Temple, leading things off. No official at-bats for him in this game as he's walked twice. His dad, Carl Temple, the official scorer for Cashtown here today. Of course, Hagerstown's book is the one that's official since they're the home team today. 2-1, no outs. Bryant Shives toes the rubber for his first pitch. Down low, and it's ball 1 to Temple. Temple's still hitting .500 on the postseason, 4 for 8. He'd like to be hitting .555 after this at-bat. Kicking the delivery, and that one is chopped off of Temple, and he's hopping around like a kangaroo at the plate after that one bounced up and got him. May have been right off the knee. Or he might have fouled it directly off his ankle. Anybody watching in the comment section, what's the worst place to foul a ball off of your body? And I've seen guys break legs fouling the ball off of their knees and stuff. 6 years of playing organized baseball as a youth, I never fouled a ball off my body anywhere, and I consider myself quite lucky. It's almost something that's almost impossible to do when you play for more than a year or two. I'm sure Scott Meckley is the Twins team leader in fouling balls off himself all time, since he's the team leader in just about every other offensive category. That pitch a strike, and not liking the call is Temple, but the count goes to 1-2. I think he's still feeling a little bit from that foul that he pounded off himself. Here's the pitch. This one popped up foul. That one's gonna reach the hill over here once again. And Temple fighting to stay alive, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Oriole game is still going on, apparently. I can hear the radio broadcast coming in here somewhere. Hunter Alberto just drew a walk for those interested. So that'll help the old on-base percentage for probably the best batting average hitter on the Orioles team this year. Might not have the actual statistic right now, but he probably will at the end of the year. Temple checks his swing up, takes that one in the dirt, and the count even now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Shives to the belt, 2-on, no outs, 2-2. Temple is going to ground that one to short hard, but it's going to be a chance for a double play. Throw on to first at the bag, and a late call by the umpire, safe as Temple beats it out on the back end. 6-4 on the putout. Runners on the corners now for Cashtown. Thanks, Mark. Apparently Philly's up 2-1, top 5. Hopefully Alec Baum has hit his first Major League home run tonight, because I got him in my fantasy lineup. Because I couldn't have Dylan Carlson, so I'll take the next best thing. First and third here now for the Pirates, and we're getting some comments here from the comment section. We'll read those off when we have a moment here. Shives standing on the rubber and throwing to DJ Coles. That one misses outside. Scott Meckley says, as far as fouling balls off, you know that answer. Yeah, I almost did as soon as I said it. It's just you so rarely see that actually happen where a batter fouls the ball off that particular area. We have seen it tonight. Swing and a miss. Down to second is Temple. Throw cut. Staying at third is Simeon Davis. And J.C. Collins with a stolen base for the for the Pirates. Shows you where my mind is right now. So 2 in scoring position. Cole swinging through that one awkwardly. Cole's going to bounce this one to the right side. That'll get a run home. Lewis pitches it to first for the out. Coming in to score is Simeon Davis, and the Pirates are on the board here, top 5. It's now 3-1 Hagerstown as they've carved into the lead a little bit. And it's exactly that point in time when they need to be doing that, as they're now down to their last 7 outs of the ball game. 2 down, Collins up to third. Excuse me, not Collins up to third. That's Temple up to third. Temple changed places with Collins on the ground out. Ketterman fists this one down the right field side and foul. Yeah, when I looked over there and I saw clean pants at third base, I'm like, what's going on? Did they run for Collins? And then I realized Collins was forced out on the grounder earlier. So Temple down there. Temple is the one that gets the stolen base and not Collins. And he's 90 feet away with 2 down for Ketterman. Ball down low. 1 ball and 1 strike here now. That one misses down low. 2 balls and 1 strike now the count. So DJ Cole's RBI on the ground out here is his 3rd of the postseason. 2 consecutive games now with an RBI after going 0 for on RBIs in the first 3 games of the playoffs. Ketterman lifts this one in the air. Should be a can of corn for whoever gets there, and it's Connor Stevens racing underneath it. And he'll sprint off the field with his teammates as he pitches that ball into the mound. Cashtown gets on the board. They're going to need more where that came from. It's 3-1 Hagerstown through 4.5. So in between innings here, we'll take this moment to, again, address some answers that we got in the comments section here. As we posed the question to you. We posed 2 questions. The first one was, can George get a hit off of a South Penn Baseball League pitcher? And the answer for me is no on that one. No one has answered that one yet. Unless Scott was answering that one with the, you know the answer to that one question. I think he was answering the foul ball with that one. So I think all these answers are for the foul ball. Bob Negro says top of the foot is the worst place to foul the ball off. And, you know, I've seen a lot of guys hopping around after fouling one off the foot. I can't attest to it. I've never fouled a ball off myself in 6 years of playing. Never did it. Scott Meckley says, you know that answer. Yeah, I think I know where you're going with that one. Ben Zook, my old teammate from Babe Ruth League, my center fielder. I played right field and he played center when we took the Gettysburg Babe Ruth League Championship in 2005. He says the shin is the worst place to foul it off. A little story about Ben. We lined up center and right field. We defensively always lined up right next to each other in the field that 2005 season. Well, one of the games, in the middle of the season, he made a diving catch, ripped open his knee, and had to miss a couple of weeks. So we actually didn't get to play together all that much that season. And by the time he came back, I had lost my starting job because I mouthed off to the coach about getting pulled for a pinch hitter, and I never started again. And that was my fault. I'll take responsibility for that. Richard Highstand says fouling a ball off your nose is the worst place. Hey, I can't disagree with that. Fouling a ball off your face has to be the worst experience in life. As this ball is hit on the ground, up with it is Davis. Throw on to first for the out, 4-3 on the putout. 1 pitch. 1 out as Biesecker retired here in the bottom of the 5th as Hagerstown tries to reassure that 3-run lead that they once had as Cashtown usurped a run in the top of the 5th. So Biesecker down 4-3 on 1 pitch. Tim Hobson to the dish. He's over 2. Strikeout swinging, strikeout looking. Kunkel with the pitch, and Hobson's going to kick this one foul. Up on that hill again. He was late on that one, but he says, look, I'm not letting it get to 2 strikes again here, so I'm going to try to put the first one in play. We've got an official ball game on our hands now as we're through 4.5 with the home team in the lead. As that one misses inside. Oh, it's called a strike inside as Hobson leaning away from that one, and the count no balls and 2 strikes now. Again, Deputy Commissioner Scott Meckley, maybe he can attest to this. I do believe if you're through 5 innings with the home team in the lead in the South Penn League, if darkness hits, that's the ball game, right? And it doesn't have to be suspended. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that one. I'm not sure if the rule has changed on that. This one scooped down the third baseline, right past our broadcast position here. And a fan from Delmarva comes up with that ball.
I said that's good.
I'd like to give a shout out to Dean Jacobs tuning in here on the broadcast. Here's the kick and the pitch down low to Hobson. The count now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Hagerstown's right-handed hitting third baseman, Hobson, who's got the, as we said, the 2 strikeouts going here on this game. The kick and the delivery from Kunkel. That one almost hit Hobson inside. Pulled the elbow in there to protect the ribs like any good hitter at the plate will do. But he didn't have to take one there, and the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fouled that one. It looked like it might have gone off his shin, or it might have hit just in the dirt right in front of his leg. He's not hopping around like he's hurt, so. Count stays steady, 1 ball and 2 strikes here. George Marinos bringing you all the live action of the South Penn playoff baseball this summer, and we've got the South Penn Championship Series here tonight. Game 1 of the series. It'll be the only one needed if this score holds up. As that one did hit Hobson, got him flush, and third hit batter of the game for Kunkel. Hagerstown will take all these free bases and then some. So Hobson down to first. The score, Hagerstown 3, Cashtown 1. Here in the bottom of the 5th. Excuse me. So Kunkel will have to deal with a 1-out base runner here now. And Tyler Elbin striding in. Elbin 1 for 2, singled and flew out to center field in this ball game. Hagerstown scored all 3 of theirs in the first inning. Cashtown striking for their 1 run in the top of the 5th. We play the bottom of the 5th here from Hagerstown. Elbin pops this one up. That will reach the netting for the discus throw beyond the Hagerstown dugout, and the count 0-1 here to the right fielder for the Hagerstown Braves. Kunkel the pitch, that misses in the dirt. Hobson clapping his hands together. He wish he'd still had his secondary and tertiary lead there, because he might have thought about moving up. But he'll head back to the bag. Better safe than sorry. 1 on, 1 out. It's Hagerstown trying to add to their lead. Runner is off for second. Collins with the throw down. It is just late, and sliding in safely is Hobson. In a cloud of dust. As he got some dirt in his sock. Oh man, that's the worst. That's the absolute worst. But he steals second base here. Runner in scoring position now with 1 down for Elbin. Kunkel to the belt, the stretch, the kick. The delivery is outside. It's either 2-1 or 3-1. Once again, my attention span, which is that of a fruit fly, has lost track of the count. Elbin gonna hit this one right over our heads here. Right trajectory to bean me, but way too high. Unless I was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 2 strikes now to Elbin. Hobson standing out at second base. After getting hit by a pitch, third Hagerstown batter to be plunked in this game. Kunkel to the belt, the twist and the delivery. Ball 4 high, misses above the clavicles, and Elbin is a 1-out base runner here now. And Hagerstown's got a little something cooking, a little hometown cooking going here. In the bottom of the 5th, with Elbin now at first and a Hobson holding steady at second base there. And coming out to the mound for Cashtown is manager Eric Ketterman, and this might be the end of the line for Kunkel. He's looking around like he wants to summon a fielder from another position. And we'll see what he's going to do here.
Hey, Blue.
And he's going to leave him in. He's gotten him this far with a chance to win the game, so figure why not ride the hot young right arm of Kunkel here. So it's official after the losing team bats 5. That's what Meckley says, and I appreciate that, Scott. That's what I thought the rule was. So Cashtown has batted 5 times. This is an official ball game. So, darkness be darned tonight. We're getting this one in. That one's going to tip off the glove of Collins. It's going to be a passed ball, and Hobson down to third. Up to second will be Elbin, and now a base hit. Can bring extra importance here for the Braves. They once led by 3. Base hit here would push their lead back to 4. A height it hasn't seen today. Cameron Cucci in there. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike to Cucci. Kunkel would love nothing better than to give Cucci the hat trick right here. That one just below the knees. 2 balls and 1 strike now. This one misses outside. 3 balls and 1 strike now to Kunkel. Maybe tiring here in the 5th. He did go 7 against Hanover in the playoff opener, but again, just 4 base runners in that game. No walks, just 4 strikeouts. Kick in the delivery, and that one catches the corner. The count now full as that one scrapes the bottom outside corner of the zone. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 on, 1 out. Time called at the plate by Cucci. Over at second is Tyler Elbin. At third is Tim Hobson, who got plunked. Kunkel to the belt. The kick and the throw. Check swing, didn't mean to, but he did. Enough to punch that one foul. Had the sound more of a croquet mallet than a baseball bat hitting the ball, but what it means is we'll do 3-2 one more time in this at-bat. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up here. Don't see any action in the bullpen for Cashtown. Doesn't mean that they wouldn't bring in a position player. Broken bat. This one's dying in left. That's going to get down. That'll score 1. Up to third goes Elbin, and Hobson in to score, so the hit by pitch turns into a run. That bat dies a hero. 2nd broken bat of the day for Hagerstown. Kunkel really getting in there in their kitchens, but got enough of that one. Did Cucci to bloop it into the outfield out in front of Chris Shackle, and we will have a pitching change now, as that will spell the end of the night for Austin Kunkel. So Kunkel done after 4 1/3. He leaves with his team trailing 4-1. He's responsible for the runners on 1st and 3rd. Pirates trail at 4-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. So we'll take a look at the new pitcher here for Cashtown, and it looks like it's going to be number 2 for the Pirates, DJ Cool, who will make his 2nd playoff pitching appearance. He closed out the win yesterday against New Oxford. Cool on the season, 2 innings. On the postseason with the 2 innings. He struck a guy out to end the ball game last night. Handful of groundouts that he got with that nasty running 2-seamer that he possesses. Doesn't throw it all that hard anymore, but it moves a little bit into right-handers and away from lefties. So we're going to have defensive changes here for the Pirates, as Tyler Reinert's going to flip across the diamond to third base. And at first base, that's going to be Mike Temple. And it looks like the outfield's going to remain intact here, so Kunkel out of the game. Here's the kick and the delivery. And that one misses inside. Chris Shackle is in left field, so that means the DH is off. So the pitcher's spot, Kunkel, he's out of the game. Breaking for second is Kutchy, but he'll have to go back as the ball is fouled off. So, we'll give you the final line on Kunkel when this inning wraps up, or when the runners on base are dealt with here. So he's responsible for those runners on first and third. 4 1/3 for him today. Gave Cashtown a chance to win this one. It's up to the bullpen and the offense now. Hit on the ground to short. Ketterman going to second. Davis crossed to first. Double play. 6-4-3. Cashtown turns it. They needed it. They got it. At the end of 5, it's Hagerstown 4 and Cashtown 1 here in the South Penn Championship Series. So as we come back to the ballpark here, we'll take a look at the line score. Cashtown has 1 run. They've done it on 3 hits and committed no errors in this ball game. Hagerstown hasn't committed an error either. They have 4 runs and 8 hits in this contest. Take a look at the scoring summary here for the ball game. Those of you just tuning in, it was 3 in the bottom of the first for Hagerstown. We already detailed that one, so we'll skip ahead to the top of the 5th. Cashtown put 1 on the board. Leadoff single by Simeon Davis, walk by J.C. Collins, and then with 1 out, an RBI grounder by D.J. Cool broke up the shutout. In the bottom of the 5th, Hagerstown struck back, hit by pitch for Tim Hobson. Tyler Elbin walked, and Cameron Kutchy with a broken bat single to make it 4-1. Final line for Austin Kunkel, all 4 runs. All 4 earned. He gives up 8 hits. He walked just 1, hit 3 batters, and struck out 4 guys here on the evening. Bryant Shives back to the delivery here. Pitching to Robert Rohrball, trying to be a rally starter. He's usually the rally bringer, but trying to be the rally starter here. That one misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike to Rohrball. Rohrball won the South Penn regular season batting title with a .607 average. He qualified, read it in one of Commissioner Parker LaRue's email that to qualify you have to have 1.2 at-bats per team games. He had 28 at-bats, so he just barely qualified for the cutoff. That one misses down low. 2-2. 17 for 28 was Rohrball on the regular season. 4 for 12 this postseason. Shives the pitch, and he almost got Rohrball on the chin with that one. Gave him a close shave, that's for sure. Won't need to go home and whip the razor out for Sunday church service this week. Pitch from Shives. Rohrball's going to pounce on that one. That's going to get through the hole on the left side. Diving effort by the shortstop, Shank, to no avail, and Rohrball on here to start the 6th inning. 4th hit of the game for the Cashtown Pirates. Tyler Reinert comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2 today. Strikeout and a ground out to third base for Cashtown's now third baseman, who started the game on the other side of the diamond. Rohrball probably not going anywhere with a 3-run deficit. That one misses up high. 3-run lead not insurmountable here in the 6th inning. Biggest comeback we've seen this late in the ballgame in the South Penn League playoffs was the 2-run deficit Littlestown faced in the 7th against Shippensburg. That one hit on the ground. That's through into left field. And back-to-back singles through the 5.5 hole for Cashtown. Tony Gwynn would be so proud, even though both those hitters were right-handed and they were pull shots. Tony Gwynn loved hitting the ball through the 5.5 hole and loved teaching people to do it even if they were right-handed. 2 on for Cashtown now, nobody out. We'll see how long they go with Shives. Certainly not an all-hands-on-deck situation for Hagerstown, but when you got a chance to clinch the championship, certainly a few hands on deck that maybe weren't at the start of the day. Chopped foul at the plate, and Chris Shackle at the dish. The right mid Pirates. The 2019 South Penn League MVP. He's used to these pressure-packed situations. This might be the last great chance for Cashtown to get anything done here as they head down towards the bottom of the order. That one misses high, 2 balls and no strikes. Now I say that, but Cashtown 1 through 9, very formidable team offensively. Chase King, the center fielder, next. And then it would be Simeon Davis, the second baseman, who has scored the only Cashtown run so far. This pitch is hit to right field. That should stay fair. That's going to get down the line. That'll score at least 2, all the way to the wall. Shackle racing for third. 2 are in as Reinert digging for the plate, and he scores. It's now 4-3. Cashtown cutting the lead to 1, and Shackle, the tying run, is over at third base. So he takes that one the opposite way. An absolutely beautiful piece of hitting, flirting with the right field line. It took a little while to realize, but that one lands fair in front of Tyler Elbin's diving effort and scores both runners. Rohrball in to score. Reinert following him closely. Shackle was nipping at the heels of Reinert. He'll hold up at third. 90 feet away, no outs. And Chase King, who already has a triple in this game, stands in there. 2 triples for the Pirates in this one. Strike on the outside corner. Hagerstown also has a triple in this ball game. So it's been a triples kind of day. That one wasn't hit into triples alley, though. It was down the line. That one misses up and in. 1 ball and 1 strike to King. King 1 for 2. That triple and a fly out to left field to end the 4th inning. Shackle at third. Nobody out. 4-3 Hagerstown with Cashtown batting. Strike at the knees, 1 ball and 2 strikes, and that's a huge call right there as that flips the situation here in this. It's about a pivotal call. Either going to be a ball or a strike, and now the pitcher ahead instead of the hitter. That one a little bit too low, and the count even 2 balls and 2 strikes. I'd like to give a shout out to Zach Coons, Jeremiah Gillen, tuning in here on the broadcast from Gettysburg and New Oxford, respectively. King rifles this one to right field. That's down in front of Elbin. They're going to throw to first. It's high, and it gets away, out of play. Scoring is Shackle. King up to second. And all of a sudden, things are moving here for the Pirates, and it looks like they're going to give King at third base as well as that ball kicked out of play. Looks like they are going to give him third, so he'll get 2 bases on that throw from Elbin. He was trying to pick off King before he could get to the bag and throw him out from right field. No avail. Shackle in to score. The game is tied. First error of the ball game for either team, and it comes at a huge time. And we'll recycle the situation now with King at third. Nobody out. And Simeon Davis at the plate. He singled his last time up. He's 1 for 2 on the game. That one's a ball, letter high, 1 ball and no strikes. Boy, and you can't hold a champion down for long. The 3-time defending champions roaring off the mat here to tie things up. They're threatening for the lead. Davis fouls that one off on the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. You just knew the Pirates weren't going to go quietly with a chance for a 4th straight South Penn League Championship on the line. Hagerstown 4, Cashtown 4 here, top 6. Davis pops that one up. That will not leave the infield. It will go into foul territory, however. And Fisher there to pull it in for out number 1. Huge first out. King having to hold steady at third base, and it's Collins now to the dish. J.C. Collins. 0 for 1 for Collins. A hard ground ball back to the pitcher. And a walk. Cashtown now 1 for 4 with runners on third base in this ball game, with just runners on third. That's a strike at the knees. Had runners on first and third situations. I'd have to dig deeper into the box score to figure out what those exact numbers are. Collins hit .262 on the regular season. He's due 1 for 10 this postseason. King the lead from third. He's coming! Here he comes! It's a bunt! It's a squeeze! It's a suicide squeeze! Scoring is King in a cloud of dust! Collins out at first, but he could care less right now. As King home with the go-ahead run, and Eric Ketterman going to the bag of tricks here for the Pirates. With a crafty number 9 hitting catcher, J.C. Collins at the plate, and Chase King, the pitcher, has been relegated to playing outfield during the postseason due to an injury on third. King broke for the plate. Collins put it down. All you got to do is put it in play on the suicide squeeze, and the Pirates take the lead. Routine fly ball to left by Mike Temple. Inning over, but the damage done. Cashtown scores 4. They do it on 4 hits. 1 error, nobody left. At the end of 5.5, the Cashtown Pirates suddenly lead this one 5-4. So the suicide squeeze play bringing in the go-ahead run for Cashtown. It's J.C. Collins strapping on the gear over here, and he's heading back behind the plate here to catch some warm-up tosses from his pitcher, DJ Cool. Cool, now the pitcher of record, stands to win it. If he gives up a couple of runs here, he would stand to lose it. Cashtown's come this far. They certainly want a shutdown inning here with the slimmest of margins in their favor in Game 1 of the South Penn Championship Series. Again, a must-win for Cashtown today, a must-win for Cashtown tomorrow. They must win 2 games. Hagerstown only has to win 1 to win the South Penn League title. That's how the double-elimination bracket worked out. So Cool will go after 9, 1 and 2 in the order for Hagerstown. Connor Stevens due up first. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out. Kicking the pitch, and that one misses low. 1 ball and no strikes now. Again, Hagerstown, new member to this league, so they wouldn't necessarily have paid attention to this, but Collins did have a successful suicide squeeze bunt in the championship series last year. Deja vu for the Pirates. Here's the kick and the delivery. This one fouled off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That suicide squeeze by Collins in last year's playoffs was in Game 1 against the Hanover Raiders. Simeon Davis was the runner at third. Davis got such a good jump, he was almost sliding into the plate before Collins was even out of the left-handed batter's box. So that's the first RBI of the postseason for Collins. This one hit on the ground. It's fielded there by Davis. Strong throw. And he's got his man out, number 1. Here in the bottom of the 6th. So Cool, who came on with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th, has now recorded 3 outs, a full inning of work under his belt. To the dish, Justin Lewis. Catches the zone just above the knees with a strike. Lewis 0 for 1, grounded out to third, where Cool was playing last time. Now he faces him on the mound. This one popped up, and Rohrball's on the case. He's racing after it, and that one will land foul in the lap of a fan sitting in a lawn chair here down the right field line. And the count now, no balls and 2 strikes to Justin Lewis. Yeah, that squeeze was absolutely executed to perfection. You don't have to get down a great bunt when the runner gets that kind of head start. You just got to get it down somewhere in fair territory, and that's what he did. Lewis is going to scald this one to second, caught, and then promptly thrown into left field by Simeon Davis. It doesn't matter. Nobody on base, no harm, no foul. But Davis with a nice catch of the hard line drive. 2 down here now in the bottom of the 6th. And Lewis retired for the second consecutive time. DJ Cool on the mound, working up an appetite for that third out here, and then we'll see what Cashtown does as far as pitching in the bottom of the 7th. Ryan Fisher to the plate, and he's been an absolute thorn in Cashtown's side this week. He's 1 for 3 today with an RBI triple, and Fisher scalds this one past the first baseman down the right field line, and that could be a triple. We'll pick up the runner here as he heads for second. Fisher digging for third. Here comes the throw into the cutoff man. No throw to third base, and Fisher with his second triple of the ball game. 4th triple of the game total, as Cashtown has a pair of triples in this one, and Fisher now 90 feet away, and that's got to be a little unnerving for Cool here. Even though there's 2 outs, he'll be staring right into the face of a runner at third base here. And to the plate is Dalton Shank, 2 for 3, double RBI and a single for him. Cashtown 5, Hagerstown 4 here in the bottom of the 6th. 2 outs, 1 on, DJ Cool pitching. Breaking ball over at the knees for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Lead from third belongs to Fisher. This one fouled off. 0-2 the count now, and Cool well ahead in the count here. As his old high school coach Gregory Daskovich in Gettysburg would say, there's no reason ever to throw an 0-2 pitch in the strike zone, so we'll see what he goes to here. This one's hit with some authority. Rohrball racing over. He'll get there easily, and it's the 3rd out of the inning, and a large Cashtown cheering contingent here behind me. And they're very excited about that. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Just a errant warm-up throw into left field. 1 guy left at third base. Through 6, it's the Cashtown Pirates 5 and the Hagerstown Braves 4. Are you entertained? I hope so. So as we come back to the ballpark here, we'll go through the scoring summary. Parts of it we've already gone over. 3 in the first for Hagerstown. Then Cashtown struck for 1 in the top of the 5th. Hagerstown got that run right back, and at the time it looked like they were going to cruise to victory. DJ Cool coming in on the mound for Cashtown, but he was able to shut things down with a double play. Then in the top of the 6th, the inning you just saw a few minutes ago, Cashtown did this. Robert Rohrball leadoff single. Tyler Reinert singled as well. Then Chris Shackle with a triple down the right field line just in front of our broadcast position here to bring home 2 and make it 4-3. And all of a sudden, Cashtown had the tying run at third base just several pitches into the inning. Chase King singled home Shackle to tie the game and reach third on a throwing error by the right fielder Tyler Elbin. With 1 out, J.C. Collins laid down a suicide squeeze with Chase King charging down the third base line, and he scored easily. Cashtown leads 5-4. As we come back to the ballpark, it's Stephen Ricketts taking over for the Braves here in the top of the 7th. He pitched against the Pirates on Tuesday. He's pitched against them twice this season. Had the first ever save in South Penn League play in Hagerstown Braves history up at Cashtown during the first week of the season in May. Excuse me, in June. What am I thinking? We weren't playing in May. That would have been the normal time for us to be playing, but with all the COVID craziness that came through, the season was put on indefinite hold, and it looked like we weren't going to have a South Penn League season this year. But in the span of about 10 days, in the middle of June, Commissioner Parker LaRue and Deputy Commissioner Scott Meckley and all the managers and members of the league came together and decided to put a 18-game league season together with a double-elimination playoff bracket, and here we are. In the championship game, Cashtown 3 outs away from taking us to a climactic winner-take-all game here again in Hagerstown tomorrow. This one right now, if this score holds up, would be the penultimate game of the season. DJ Cool leads things off, and for Cashtown, a little insurance. Couldn't hurt. Cool 0 for 3, his RBI ground out the last time drove in Cashtown's first run. Ricketts the kick and the pitch, and that one misses outside. Again, Ricketts is the one that we compared his windup to elements of Juan Marichal and Steve Cishek, as he's got sort of that little glove thing that Marichal did and the leg thing that Cishek does. This one popped in the air by Cool, and ranging over to grab it is Tyler Elbin. He's got it for out number 1, 2 pitches, 1 out here for Stephen Ricketts. Bob Negro in the comment section says, this game has it all. It certainly does, Bob. Glad you're tuning in here with us. This has been by far the best game that we've covered all season. This is the 26th game we've covered this season, and this one's got more twists and turns than an episode of Law and Order. And we didn't even have to bring out Sam Waterston to raise an objection. Zach Ketterman to the plate now. He is 1 for 2. That one misses high to Ketterman, the shortstop for Cashtown today and pretty much every day this season. Been moved down to the number 3 spot in the order. His hit in his first at bat tonight was his second of the postseason, 2 for 14. He's also walked and flied out to center. Ricketts comes set. Ketterman's going to line this one to first. Hard on the ground. Fisher backhands it, takes it to the bag for the out. 2 down, and Cashtown in peril of not getting any much-needed insurance here. As we look ahead to the bottom of the 7th, it's the heart of the Hagerstown order. 4, 5, and 6, Jarrett Biesecker, Tim Hobson, and Tyler Elbin due up for the Hagerstown Braves, and we'll see who pitches. Cool in the game right now for Cashtown. Ricketts going after Rohrbaugh now. Check swing, and that's a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Cashtown sent 7 men to the plate in that 6th inning rally, scoring the 4 runs that they needed to take the lead. Rohrbaugh led things off with a single, scored the second Cashtown run of the day. Rohrbaugh bounces that one back to the mound. Ricketts bends over to scoop it and pitch to Fisher. That's the end of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Last licks for Hagerstown. Does this game have any more twists and turns? We shall see. So happy for all those of you that have tuned in here with us on the broadcast. Lauren Goodman, Josh Topper, and a host of others. Tuning in primarily from the Adams County, Hanover area. We hope we got a few fans here from Hagerstown tuning in as well, because we want league-wide reach. That'd be cool. But we appreciate everybody who tunes in regardless of where you're from. DJ Cool will continue on the mound here. He'll try to close out his own victory. He was an accomplished pitcher for Cashtown Roofers in the Babe Ruth League, our rival team. I played for Kiwanis. And DJ stole home against us one night to win a game. But we got the last laugh. We won the season series and the season championship that year. But I'm not bragging at all. So Cool, just about ready to go here. I think he's signaling for one more, and it'll be Biesecker, Hobson, and Elbin to face him here. So, Cashtown with 5 runs. They've done it on 7 hits, committed no errors. Hagerstown with 4 runs. They've done that on 9 hits and the 1 error, which played huge. That winning run right now is an unearned run thanks to the throwing error. And Elbin will be up third this inning to try and make up for it. There's the pitch down low to Biesecker. Ball 1, 1 ball, and no strikes as Cool tries to gut his way here through the final 3 outs of this one and pitch Cashtown into a winner-take-all game tomorrow. Biesecker hits this one on the ground high hop. Davis has it. Gun to first for the out. Picked out nicely by Reinert. And I shot that all with one hand as I'm digging into my cough drop bag. My voice getting a little hoarse here. And of course I picked the cough drop bag that doesn't have any left. It's the gift that doesn't keep on giving, and nobody wants that. Tim Hobson up, he's 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts and a hit by pitch. This one drilled, and that's trouble all the way to the fence. Chase King laying out in the gap, and he's got it! Chase King sprawling face first into the grass, full extension, and he's got that one for out number 2. A huge play from the guy who's probably a better pitcher than he is a center fielder, but he just turned in an absolute dandy of a play. At the South Penn Awards meeting at the end of the year, regardless of what happens the rest of this series, they're probably not going to issue a play of the year, but that one certainly deserves it, based on the situation and everything going on, all that was riding on that play. So 2 down now, and Elbin to the dish. Elbin 1 for 2, walked, flew out, and singled in this one. And he fouls that one off. Cashtown 5, Hagerstown 4. Here in the bottom of the 7th, we play 7 in the South Penn. 2 strikes to Elbin, I believe. Hits this one in the air. Davis racing for it. King's got it, and that's the ball game. Cashtown wins it, and we'll see you tomorrow night right here as the Pirates earn their way into a winner-take-all game tomorrow against the Hagerstown Braves. Chase King with the final 2 putouts, a little do-it-yourself action for him, and that puts the game away. So Hagerstown's advantage is gone, other than the fact that they'll be at home tomorrow. Cashtown 5, Hagerstown 4. And the good news for Cashtown, their ace, Anthony Lippy, will be good to go tomorrow, at least for a few innings. At least that's what he said. So, an absolute classic. That is the game of the year so far in the South Penn League, at least for games that we've been at. For Cashtown, they put up 5 runs. They do that on 7 hits, no errors. And their fielding really won them this game. For the Braves, they put up 4 runs. They do that on 9 hits and the 1 error. Winning pitcher, DJ Cool. Losing pitcher is Brant Shives. No save recorded in this one. Time of game, 1 hour, 52 minutes. And we thank you for tuning in here with us. Absolutely fantastic game, regardless of who you're a fan of. Both teams have to be able to hold their heads high after this one. And they'll both have to get ready for a game tomorrow night. We'll be with you 5:55 p.m. on the air from our same broadcast location. Same bat time, same bat channel from the right field corner here at Hagerstown. As the Cashtown Pirates and Hagerstown Braves will play 1 game for all the marbles. So again, the final score, Cashtown 5, Hagerstown 4. We'll see you tomorrow night. Winner-take-all game. This is George Marinos for South Penn Baseball, signing off. Have a good one, everybody.